Okay, so we're going to turn it over to Sarah now. She's got a collection of artists who have depicted celebrations and illustrated aspects of SMA through their art.
Okay,
so
awesome.
Sarah, over to you. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yes, so today we are celebrating SMA's 40th anniversary, and we'll be looking at celebration art from both familiar and some new artists. So Annie Tempest is a British illustrator and sculptor that we highlighted in Art Talk 98 in May of this year. She began her career drawing cartoons, and here we can see an anniversary illustration of champagne drinking and jumping on bubble wrap. SMA has made a huge impact on their clients, broken old ways of doing things, and had a great time while doing it. It's all about celebration with Wayne Theibaud, who was Art Talk number 2, if you remember back in 2020. He often drew and painted images of celebrations, birthdays, and the sweet treats that go along with them. Here on the left is his happy birthday cakes that have been rebranded for SMA's anniversary. It was painted in 1962 and sold by Christie's for over $2 million. And we can also see his rows of cakes that come in everyone's favorite flavors. SMA teaches, mentors, and coaches. That has always been a core principle of the business, helping clients develop their own capabilities. And SMA just published 5 books to continue this tradition. On this slide, we have Norman Rockwell, an artist that we've discussed a few times in the past. The piece on the left is a birthday celebration to Miss Jones, the school teacher. And it was a tribute to his own 8th grade teacher who first encouraged him to start drawing. And on the right is part of his family series titled Birthday Party. His work really epitomized and idealized American life and the American dream. Dr. Suess was featured in Art Talk number 42 in March of 2021. And of course, he became famous for his creative and wacky illustrated stories. This slide highlights his first all-color picture book called Happy Birthday to You, again, rebranded to Happy Anniversary to You. And it was published in 1959. So this book deals with a fantastic land called Katru, where the birthday bird throws the reader an amazing party on their special day. It consists of a fantastical celebration narrated in the second person of the reader's birthday from dawn until late night. So a full day of celebrating. Andy Warhol is another familiar artist. These 2 illustrations were from earlier in his career. We have butterfly layer cake on the left and wild raspberries on the right, and they both represent growth and reinvention, 2 things that SMA strives towards. Banksy's probably our most discussed artist from our Art Talk series. I believe there have been 3 presentations on him, and surveys suggest that he is an audience favorite. So you'll likely recognize this famous piece of his, Girl with Balloon, that was first stenciled on a wall of the West Bank of London. And this piece really inspires hope and transformation. And with 40 years of maturity, SMA has been able to transform and inspire as well. Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera were 2 famous Mexican artists that we discussed in Art Talks 11 and Art Talks 49. Both artists use art as a way to tell stories and convey emotion. So here's a photo of them dancing together, and then 2 of their pieces that highlight dance and movement. And dancing can symbolize transformation, celebration, and joy, which is very appropriate for SMA's 40th anniversary. SMA is constantly improving and transforming and really enjoys the work that they do. Here we can see SMA's ideas taking flight as they have helped so many clients soar to new heights. Marc Chagall was covered in Art Talk 17 in 2020. The Russian-born Jewish artist spent much of his life living in France. He painted this beautifully vibrant piece called Birthday to commemorate a happy 28th birthday visit from his fiancée, Bella Rosenfeld. An early modernist who was clearly influenced by Cubism and Fauvism, Chagall's Birthday presents this fantastical imprint of his own colorful imagination. His love visited him that day in his studio, bearing flowers and food as a celebration. Here, Singer Sargent portrays his take on a birthday party. This vividly painted work is one of several interior scenes from the 1880s that features portraits of Sargent's friends. So here are French artists Albert Besnard and Charlotte Dubré Besnard, and they're shown celebrating the birthday of their eldest child, Robert. So here's an artist that we haven't covered before. William Powell Frith was an English painter specializing in genre subjects and panoramic narrative works of life in the Victorian era. He's been described as, quote, the greatest British painter of the social scene since Hogarth. This oil on canvas 1856 piece is titled Happy Returns of the Day. This image reminds us that SMA strives towards a life-work balance, and that's something grounded in its core values. And finally, we have another new artist, Jacqueline Fahey from New Zealand. The birthday party shown here, painted in 1974, portrays a woman caught in a quiet moment of self-reflection. She sits alone at a table strewn with the remains of the day's festivities. And Fahey challenges preconceptions of what is worthy of our attention. You know, it's not the midst of the celebration that's being highlighted. It's this woman off to the side who's, you know, in her own head, in her thoughts. And she allows us to see new things because she gives us a new vantage point. Happy 40th anniversary, SMA. Thank you, and I will see you all next week.
Well, thank you, Sarah. You know, as you know, I love Norman Rockwell.
Indeed, yeah. And who can't take flight with Chagall, right?
Right? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I loved it all. So there were two.
Every art talk, actually.
All of them.
Right?
All of them. That's